Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the RAMBAM, Hilchos Yesodei HaTorah, Perek Hey, the 5th chapter, Ois Gimel, number 3. And we're speaking about the obligation that one has to be Mekadesh Shem Shemayim, to do a mitzvah of Kiddush Hashem. And we said over a couple of details here that are important just to review. Number 1, the Torah says, V'chai bahem, you have a mitzvah to keep the mitzvahs and not to die in the mitzvahs. And therefore, if a goy would come and threaten you, desecrate Shabbos, I'm going to kill you, you desecrate the Shabbos to live another day, another week, to keep more Shabbos and more mitzvahs. If a goy would come over to you and say, I want you to eat this treif, otherwise I'm going to kill you, you eat the treif and you live in order to have the opportunity to do more mitzvahs. However, if a goy would come and tell you on the big 3, which means he tries to have you transgress one of the cardinal sins, either avodah zarah, idol worship, or gila rayis, illicit relations, or shvichas dam, he wants you to kill somebody else. In that case, because it's so antithetical to what it means to be a Jew, you have an obligation to give up your life no matter what in those cases. And then the other case is that if you are in the presence of 10 Jews, which means that the goy is trying to force you to break a mitzvah in front of a public display of the Jewish people, so in that case also, to make a Kiddush Hashem, you'd be obligated to give up your life even for the other mitzvahs like Shabbos and so on and so forth. Meaning, if a goy would say to you in front of 10 other Jews, desecrate Shabbos, I'm going to kill you, you cannot bow down to the non-Jew, and you'd have to give up your life in that case. Now, says the RAMBAM, the kol hadavarim me'elu, all of these things that we are talking about, shalei b'shas hashmad, it's talking about at a time where there's not a gezer, there's no decrees out against the Jewish people from the nations of the world. They're not trying to break us and destroy us and wipe us out. And that's when all these halachas apply so far. Aval b'shas hashmad, however, if it's a time of shmad, which means the goyim are trying to destroy us and take away our lives and take away our religion and our mitzvahs, if it's that time, for example, if a wicked king like Nebuchadnezzar and all of his cronies got up, v'yigzor shmad al Yisrael, and they made a decree that they want levatel dasam, to destroy our religion, a mitzvah min a mitzvah, or they're just saying even one mitzvah the Jewish people are not allowed to keep. In that case, yahareg ve'al yavor, then you have to give up your life and not transgress. Afilu al achas mishar mitzvahs, even if it's on one of the other mitzvahs in the Torah, not the 3 cardinal sins, even if it's a Shabbos or a kashrus or tefillin or something of that nature. A person is obligated, yahareg ve'al yavor, to give up his life and not to transgress. Afil al achas mishar mitzvahs beinenas b'seich asara, whether you are being forced amongst a minyan of 10 Jews, beinenas beinol bein goyim, or whether it's between you and the non-Jew. In that case, says the RAMBAM, you have an obligation to stand up for your religion, to stand up for your convictions, to stand up for the Ribono Shel Olam in His glory. And even if it was just you and the goy, and he's telling you right now, you need to desecrate Shabbos like the decree of the king is, so then you say, I will not, because I believe only in Hashem, and a person will be obligated in that case to give up their life. So we certainly hope, be'ez Hashem, that we do not find ourselves in any of these situations where we're being threatened with life versus death to transgress an avera and a mitzvah and the like. But says the RAMBAM, you have to know that this is the halacha, the way that it works, and we find Jews throughout all the generations, inquisitions and Holocaust and pogroms and difficult times for our nation where we were confronted with such decisions, and those that were the brave and those that were the courageous and those that stood up for the sake of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so they then ended up giving up their lives to make a Kiddush Hashem, and Chalila not to bow down to the Goyim and make a Chilul Hashem. Have a wonderful day.